The Kingtusk, or Yamauguchi, a great boar reminiscent of Okkoto, the Kingtusk lays claim of Haragasumi Way. It guards its territory proudly. It has these sharp, jagged teeth, which make me believe that it is some sort of carnivore. The most interesting thing about it is that it has a back covered in moss and has horns coming out of its spine. It has 6 eyes, which both imply it has aerial predators and needs to look out for them while being camouflaged. Okkoto is a different giant boar, and I thought there would be some sort of cultural significance to the both of them. The only two that felt tangential were the Japanese zodiac of the boar or the legend of Kiyomaru. Alright, I'm going to be more honest now, and I hate this thing. I must have watched this for multiple hours, and it has no behaviors that really stand out. Firstly, it's extremely slow. It just walks around, it stomps, it roars. It does something that could be construed as an eating animation, but it doesn't actually eat anything off the ground. It doesn't even interact with the environment in any good way, it just bumps into trees. We are going to be either killing this at the Great Sakura Clearing under the Cherry Blossom Tree, at the Spring Call Shrine Remains, at the Rustling Bamboo Grove, or on top of Nanohana Hill. Let us begin the hunt for the boar. We have a handful of basic moves, like the hip check and the grounded spin. It can trample if you're underneath it, or do this big front hoof stomp where it gets up into the air. If you're behind it, be careful to watch out for the tail swipe. And then there are the rather mundane forward charge. It has a handful of tusk-related moves, like digging up rocks and throwing them at you, or slamming its tusks at you, or doing a tusk-slamming combo, where it swipes and then crashes. For unique moves, it has one when it's in calm mode, where it can shake its body and roots will sprout up randomly around it. When it enters enraged mode, it does a massive tree root summoning, and the only big aesthetic difference is that the tusks become angrier looking, and the eyes get a red glow. The forward charge is a little different. The Kingtusk will plow through the ground kicking up rocks, and I think that's an appreciable change. And whenever it does its tusk slam, roots kind of appear around it, although it's more of an aesthetic change than any sort of actual effect. It gains some unique moves when it's enraged, like the forward root summon and the max root summon, where the camera even pulls back and it summons large roots around itself. Generally speaking, I'm pretty disappointed in this monster. Its design is lackluster and there are many missed opportunities. The only redeeming trait is the idea that it has adaptations to deter aerial predators, just a D-tier design overall. Its fight was fine, but I don't really like fighting monsters that are so big that you can't see them when you're underneath them. But it did use its roots and tusks in a lot of attacks, so it's just kind of C-tier for fighting. I also think I'm going to bump the Rage Tail up a tier in its fight tier because I don't think they belong together. Alright, bye.